Buying a home, it's likely the most money you will ever spend at one time. Make sure you have a real estate team you can trust on your side, helping you every step of the way. Welcome back to the Dan Gemus Real Estate Show with one of the most trusted realtors in Windsor, Essex, Dan Gemus.
Okay, welcome back for one more segment before the bottom of the hour. Then we have a couple more segments in the next half hour. It's a whole hour show today, Heather. Heather Merrington studio.
Feels like it's been forever.
It really does feel like it's been forever. So there you have it. We got lots more to go here on the Dan Gemus Real Estate Show. As you mentioned, in the next half hour, we have Christian Janice from Simply Close on the show with us, and he will talk about small claims court.
Yes.
When does it make sense to go through small claims court?
That's interesting. Okay.
You know, you have to really think twice about that sometimes because
definitely. Is it worth it? Right?
Everybody wants to sue everybody, right? It's like on TV. It's not the case here in Canada, but it doesn't always make sense.
No.
And he'll talk about when it makes sense and when it might not make sense to go through small claims court. But in the meantime, we've got some ways to lower your utility bills without sacrificing comfort. Now, Heather, I don't know about you, but I feel like our utility bills have been climbing steadily over the last few years.
And it's been really cold this winter.
You're right.
Which has also made a difference in what we're paying.
It hasn't it? Now, it's one of those things, and ironically, in the summer, those people with pools, with hot tubs, electricity bills are not cheap, obviously. We are lucky because we're on a septic system.
Yes.
And so we only have, we don't have the discharge fee.
You don't have the wastewater.
On the wastewater, exactly.
Same with
so it really helps, doesn't it? Like it's coming from our house that was in a neighborhood to our bills. Our water bills now are pretty much, $30 to $50 a month.
Okay, so it's a big difference.
As opposed to 100 and whatever it was before, $130 or whatever. So it makes a big difference. So some ways to lower your utility bills without sacrificing comfort. Well, let's talk about some heating and cooling savings. So adjust your thermostat. Now, this is a big one. Lower it by 1 to 2 degrees in the winter and raise it in the summer to cut costs without noticing much difference. This is always a challenge in our house, Heather.
Yeah.
So do you guys like it? What's your best?
So, I do typically keep it around 70. But sometimes that's too hot. And so lately I've been doing it around 68.
So at night.
Yep.
At
night it's 66.
I was going to say, we're like 65 to 67 at night.
Okay.
In the summer, we're kind of the same. We're 60, like 70.
Yep.
I'm going to say between 68. Okay, if it was me in the summer,
okay,
I like it cold, right, in the house. But we tend to have it closer to 72, 74 during the day.
Yep.
But I cannot sleep at night if it's that warm. So it's got to be cooler at night.
I agree. We'll drop it down. But it's also easier for it to work in the evening because your sun's not out and it's 100%. More efficient.
Yeah, 100%. So again, dropping your thermostat, adjusting your thermostat, lower it by 1 or 2 degrees in the winter and raise it in the summer to cut costs without noticing much difference. Use a smart thermostat. So I've talked about this on the show before. We have a smart thermostat and I'm always yelling at it. Because we have a Nest thermostat.
Okay, yeah.
And it tends to know if someone's home. It knows when someone's walking by. So it'll adjust the temperature if it knows you're home.
I didn't know it did that.
But I don't like that feature.
Creepy.
No, we stopped from doing that because I found it like, you know what? I want it cool at night. And if it thinks we're not home, then it won't cool it down. So I was getting very annoyed.
Yeah.
And vice versa. So we kind of stopped that feature.
So you can do it manually.
We can do it on our phones. We can log in our phones and adjust the temperature if we want to. You don't really have to, but it's an option. So another option is to seal the gaps and cracks. So weather strip doors and windows to stop drafts and keep your home insulated. Remember back in the day when people used to put plastic on the windows?
I did that in my college apartment because I could feel a draft coming in my bedroom window which was right over my bed.
Yes.
And I would use my blow dryer. You'd put the plastic on. Yeah.
That was the big thing back in the day.
Yep.
It always worked. You're right. Close curtains in the summer and open them in the winter. So block heat in the summer and let sunlight warm your home in the winter.
I do that in the summertime because we have a lot of windows at the back of our house.
Yes.
And so on the days, especially, so our house, we need to work on some efficiency features for sure.
Sure.
So it does have sometimes a battle on those hotter, sunnier days. I will make sure my all the like the window shades and stuff are closed. If it's just me home, it doesn't bother me. So
we definitely, that's the best part about the winter for us is we have like you, we have windows in the back of the house as well. And the sun is where our house is. The back windows are facing west, so the sun goes down that side, right? So in the afternoon and evening, the sun is in our window. Heat. Yeah, exactly. Use ceiling fans year round. So run them counterclockwise in the summer to cool, and clockwise in the winter to push warm air down.
Oh,
so remember that warm air goes, rises and cool air goes down, drops, right? So run them counterclockwise in the summer to cool, and clockwise in the winter to push warm air down. Makes sense. Water conservation tips: install low flow shower heads and faucets, so save water without really affecting the pressure. Right. Fix leaks ASAP. So a dripping faucet can waste gallons of water and increase your bill. Gallons.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure. I believe it.
No doubt. Take shorter showers. This is a tough one for me. I love it. I do a lot of thinking in the shower.
Okay, that's your time.
A lot of business planning in the shower. So I'm one of those long shower takers.
Then it pays off. Your long shower pays off in the end.
Not for the environment, it doesn't, but it pays off
for you.
Yeah. So there you go. A wash clothes in cold water, which we do. So it cleans just as well as and saves energy.
It really does clean.
Yeah.
Mostly.
You guys clean in cold water as well?
Cold water. Yeah.
Only run full loads. So dishwashers and washing machines use the same amount of water, whether the it's full or half empty. Yep. Electricity and lighting savings. So switch to LED bulbs. I would think the majority of people have switched to LEDs by now.
That's what mostly is available.
Right? But, you can't really find other options so much anymore. They use 75% less energy and last longer than incandescent bulbs. Next, unplug energy vampires. So devices like chargers, gaming consoles, and microwaves still use power when plugged in but turned off.
It's true. You don't think about it all the time.
I know. But first of all, okay, a big gripe I have, Heather, I don't know if it's the same in your house, is we have so many electronic devices between the tablets and the phones.
Definitely.
And the earbuds and the this and the that.
There's always something plugged in somewhere.
Yeah, it's got to be charged. Our watches, everything is charged. And now they all have different chargers. So we have 45 different types of chargers in the house.
It's true. But sometimes to find the correct charger is the real pain.
Like, can they not just come up with one standard charger?
But no, because then you'd only buy one, Dan. They want you to buy one for everything.
Man. I wish it was like a big device that you could buy that just docks like all your devices.
I feel like you can do something like that. You still have to have the individual chargers plugged into it, right? Yeah.
It's got to be a better solution.
It is. It's annoying. Got to be a better way.
Honestly. Let's come up with something. Use smart...
Start thinking about it in the shower, Dan. You'll come up with a plan.
Next week, this will be the Dan Gemus, power...
Our think hour.
Yeah, our think hour. Brainstorming hour. Use smart power strips. So they automatically cut off power to unused devices. Okay, I've never seen those.
I don't even know what that is, but I like the sounds of it.
Interesting.
Something to look into.
Rely on natural light. So we installed a tube in the ceiling in the upstairs.
Those are cool.
The solar tubes.
Yes.
So it's awesome.
They are surprising. They offer a surprising amount of
100%. And they have solar panels in them, so it charges a little battery, a little LED light in the daytime. At night, there's a little light shining off of it.
I think that's so cool.
So
I love that idea.
Give some natural light.
Again,
upstairs.
I'm lucky that I have a lot of windows in my house. So during the day, I don't turn on lights unless it's like I have to focus on something or in a particular room. But for the most part, my lights are not on during the day, and I like that because I feel like it's a good energy saving.
100%. Okay, a note to my kids: turn off the lights when leaving a room.
Turn off the lights.
Oh, is this everyone's kids or just mine?
Oh no, it's all
literally.
Of them. Yes.
Leave a room. You go upstairs, and the bathroom and the bedroom, every bedroom, the toy room, all have lights on.
Turn off the lights, and while we're at it, all kids flush the toilet when you're done too.
Seriously, we got to the point.
That is a problem in my house. I walk in. We got
to the point where we said, okay, the kids are downstairs having breakfast. The lights are on. Guys, go back upstairs. Turn your lights off. You're up there. Doesn't matter. You'll learn somehow.
Yep.
Has it worked?
You got to do it.
Has it worked?
No.
No.
Darn it. One day.
It's coming.
Yep.
Okay, we only have a few seconds left here. So appliance and household energy savings. Keep your fridge and freezer full. Okay, makes sense. Air dry clothes and dishes. we air dry dishes. Well, we have a dishwasher, but the dishes at night, they're on the rack.
Same. Yeah. If I wash dishes by hand, they're on the counter drying.
Clean dryer lint traps and vents. It increases efficiency and lowers drying time. Okay. Makes sense. Adjust the water heater temperature. Lower it to 120 Fahrenheit to reduce energy use without affecting comfort. Would be hot enough for me. And last but not least, use zone heating and cooling. So heat or cool only the rooms you use the most instead of the entire house.
Yeah.
So this is an investment a bit. When you install your HVAC system, they can zone the system.
Yes.
So that you tackle various areas.
I don't have a fancy zone system, but what I have done specifically in this winter is I've closed the vents and we have like a far laundry room and bathroom.
Yep.
And I'll close the vent and I'll close the door. And when you walk into that room, it is cold. But I'm like, why do I have to heat this extra space? The heater is at the far end of the house. I've got to push all the way there. So there's a couple, there's another office at the end of the room that I block the vent in that. And it's cold, but
it's fine.
It's not necessary for all of it to be heated. So that's my makeshift zone heating.
Look at you, getting creative.
I do.
All right, Heather Marintet in studio with me today, and we're going to come back and we'll talk with Christian Janice from Simply Clothes with his segment today, and we'll have some listener questions later on as well. Lots more to come right here on the Dan Gemus Real Estate Show.